So do you think you should your workplace should be more diversity, or should have more people from different backgrounds, or do you think that might help? Or
I don't particularly think it's actively avoiding people from a minority background, and I don't know. It's just always quite a difficult one, isn't it? I don't think you should just to try and fill a minority quota and therefore try and employ people.
yeah.
If anything, majority of the people in my workplace are women. Generally, yeah, most of them are women. So there's definitely a skew towards women. So I think it should be employed based on ability, and you shouldn't discriminate based on ethnicity or ability. And I don't think it's done that so far. So.
Okay. So move to unequal pay. Do you think there's unequal pay in your workplace?
I don't know how much people earn, and so unfortunately that isn't one that.
Yeah. So maybe do the university have annual report about pay or something like that, so you can know the average pay of gender?
I think there was a report about a year ago. I can't say I actively looked into it, but there was a discrepancy in that men tended to earn more than women.
Yeah.
Now again, like I said, I didn't look at the details of it, but I think what tends to happen is, I don't know whether it's the university not employing women in those capacities, but obviously jobs with a higher paying jobs would be things like, say, vice chancellor, whatever it is, and you find that it's men who are in more those positions, and the lower paid jobs you find are women, and therefore when you do that average, obviously men will be earning more than women. Now I don't know if it's a case of women not applying for the higher paid jobs or not being given the opportunity to do them. I don't know, but I think that's where you see that discrepancy coming from, rather than it being a man and a woman in the exact same job but earning less. I don't think.
Yes. So how about the different pay between ethnic minority and other people? Have you seen that report before?
I think that's definitely not a case, because I just took over a place from someone who went on maternity, and I'm earning exactly the same as her, and she's not an ethnic minority. And again, there's a guy who's working, and he is slightly lower grade than me, and I'm earning more than him, so it's definitely there's no discrepancy in that.
Okay. So do you think there's anything the university can improve in terms of, I know you don't think there's any problem in this pay system, but do you think there's anything they can improve or they can do?
I think for example, if it is the case that there's not, maybe encouraging women to apply for the higher paid jobs, if that is the reason for the pay gap, because like I said before, obviously there will be a massive pay gap if you're having women in admin roles and men in vice chancellor roles or whatever. So maybe giving opportunities and encouraging women to apply for those roles when they're equally capable, rather than just leaving it, because it might be that they're just thinking, actually I'm not capable, when they really are. So maybe creating that environment or creating those opportunities and saying that you are capable and pushing for people to go for it.
Yeah, so on top of that, do you think you have same development training in your company, or do you have development training?
Personally, I have,
Yeah,
I have. So I'm in my current role, my current manager, he definitely encourages us like I said, most of my team are women. He encourages us to go on training courses and stuff, which I have done. So
so do you think that's helpful?
Yeah, because encouraging you to reach a potential to learn a new skill or something, which is really good.
So do you think you have the same opportunity to get a training program as others?
Yeah. So, for example, for this training program, he made sure to divide it so that one person went for one training program, and he just made sure we all were able to go for different training programs, really, rather than saying you go for this one. And looking at it, I'm a slightly lower grade than the other two who went on the training program as well. So he didn't even base it on your ranking at the workplace, if that makes sense. He made sure we all could do it. So it's been a great opportunity that way.
So do you think you have the same progression opportunity with others?
Yeah.
How do you know it?
Sorry?
How do you know it?
Well, I think progression in terms of skill, yes. Progression in terms of
Like position?
financial,
Yeah.
I don't. I think that just boils down to the university. So the university is usually quite reluctant to get you to progress on the pay scale. It's a business, and so so they tend to try. So that with the grading system, they try to make sure you keep within that or performing roles within that grade. But naturally, you tend to go outside and do other things. But then, when that happens, they get quite reluctant to regrade you. I think so. Yeah.
So like we have some specific role for you. Like if you get enough experience or enough training, they will get you promoted.
They'll look into it. Yeah.
So do you think that's good for you? Like that kind of progression thing?
I think it's good. I think maybe that'll be the one area I'd say the university needs to look into properly, because I know of cases where they're reluctant to give that progression. Just mainly, again, probably just to keep it as a business, to keep it.
So you have mentioned about like men would have like higher position compared to women, might be. So do you think there's like glass ceiling problem?
Sorry?
There's like glass ceiling, like when women get like some extent of position, they can't get higher position because they are women, because they are gender, or like because they are nationality. So have you been like noticed that like the higher position people are normally British men, or like instead of British woman, or like non-British woman?
Yeah. I know it's quite difficult because I've only been working a year and a half, and so I definitely haven't been working enough to be able to see this. Definitely in our school, the deputy, there's a couple of women in higher roles, and one of them is an ethnic minority. So I wouldn't see that, and that's a change that's about to happen. So moving things around. So I think there's definitely a big move to make sure that those roles are occupied by equally achieving women, whether ethnic minority or not. So I wouldn't say that it's a deliberate push to have white British men in roles.
So do you think like the university might like provide some leadership program for women who want to get higher position, but they feel like they're not capable enough, but like university can provide help?
I don't know if the university does. Sorry.
So do you think they should?
Yeah, I think they should, because so you know how I was saying before about the reason for pay gap is because there aren't enough women at the higher, and that one way to do it would be to encourage women to go into leadership roles. So that would be a good, I think it goes back to making sure that there's.
So move to discrimination. Do you think the intersection of race and gender influence your career?
I don't think it should. It tends to in some places. It doesn't at the moment. At the moment, it doesn't at all. But generally, it is a thing, isn't it?
Yeah. So maybe do you think it influences your behavior in the workplace?
No.
So have you been experiencing any discrimination in the workplace?
No.
Or maybe from students or from other people? No?
No.
That's good. Then if or maybe anything make you feel a little bit uncomfortable in the maybe workplace or something? No, not at all.
No. No. I'm a very boring subject.
So what do you think, like maybe the difficulty the ethnic minority might face in the workplace?
I think one thing would be being an ethnic minority and having a language barrier. That would definitely be one that would just subconsciously, because you'd find, say, working with students would not tend to speak to you because it'd be difficult to have that conversation, and maybe colleagues might. I mean, I haven't seen, again, like I said, there's a couple of ethnic minorities at my workplace, and I haven't seen that, but that would be something that would potentially be, it could potentially be an issue. I guess the language barrier limiting an opportunity where you'd say this training thing is coming up, but would they be able to get it across to us when they come back or something? Maybe that could be something that would happen. That, you know.
Yeah.
But
that's all. Something else? No, not really.
Again, like I said, really boring.
No, that's fine.
Because I have like in my workplace, it's not massively diverse, but like there's definitely quite a few women. We've got a couple of ethnic minorities, so maybe not that many. So there's a man as well, but like in terms of women, there's only two of us who would count as ethnic minority, and I personally don't see that I faced any discrimination. Obviously, I don't know about this lady, and this is the lady I'm thinking of getting you to get in touch with. So hopefully, I'll be able to get her to speak to you. But on my experience, I haven't seen any.
Yeah, I think that's all.